Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Bellager and today I'm going to be trying to start a discussion around Stagger in BFA. Now I don't have all the answers, this isn't a guide or anything like that, this is just a more in-depth look at kind of how the Stagger mechanic is going to work. I'm hoping that from this video then maybe more people will be able to kind of contribute to the discussion, contribute to the analysis, and we can try and exactly work out what's going on with Stagger. So Blizzard seem to have changed it from Legion, where it's just this flat percentage amount, you take in so much damage and so much is taken on Stagger, to this scaling amount based on your target, the level of your target and your agility. So I've done some analysis, I've made some graphs because I've been keen, and I will show them to you now. So if you have a look here, this is the Stagger percentage for, and the level of the target. So I've got a 110 monk, he's got 1000 and something agility. In fact, we can check that now. So he's got 1056 agility. Now, if I point to nothing, I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but it's 59.25% stagger. So every time I get hit, 59.25% of physical damage is being taken as stagger damage. Now obviously this changes as the level of the target decreases. So you go down to sort of, I think the lowest one was a level 7 here, and you're staggering kind of around 95% of the damage. You go up to 110 and we have this 59.25%. So we end up with this kind of linear relationship as we go down in levels. However, I've noticed that if you click on the kind of target dummies, so for example this target dummy, which is a Dungeoneer's training bag at level 112, and then have a look at how much stagger, all of a sudden it drops down to 51.66%. Now I don't know if that means that, so that's this point here, this point that looks way off the straight line. I don't know if that means that as soon as we encounter anything higher than us, our stagger drops off, not in a linear fashion. To me that doesn't really make any sense. If we've got a linear relationship, it should fit on this straight line as the other points do. So that's kind of something that I wanted to highlight and kind of find more information about as we go on into BFA. It could just be something that Blizzard overlooked, in which case please fix it. If not, maybe it's just my lack of understanding. Okay, so the next kind of thing I did was look at how agility affected stagger, and I looked at two different targets. One was 110 and one was level 7, and I took pieces of my gear off and measured how much stagger changed. Now you can see for each case we've got this kind of almost like a parabolic curve kind of thing. Now that's what I fitted it with. If you're interested, I fitted it with well, a polynomial anyway. And you can see it kind of scales much more when you're looking at the same level as you. So the blue here is the 110 and the orange is the level 7. So at 110 we've got this much more scaling. So agility really affects how much stagger you'll get when you're pointing to something the same level as you, which kind of makes sense. Whereas there's something at level 7, it does make a difference. I mean, we're talking, you know, almost what is that, about 10%, maybe 8% stagger. That could be a big difference, but I mean it's a level 7. They're not going to be able to hit you anyway, are they? And you can see down here I've got the kind of coefficients. So the kind of major one, they're tiny coefficients. So this is my x to the power of 0, so 1. This is my x to the power of 1, so x and x squared, and then this is my intercept, which is also x to the power of 0, but it's the way that Python does it. All this analysis is in Python. If anyone is interested, if you leave a comment underneath this video, I'm more than happy to share the analysis with you. You can always fix it and improve it and send it back. I'm more than happy for you to correct it and show me where I've gone wrong. We can see the kind of the intercept. Getting back on point, the intercept is the kind of major difference here. So for the level, the top one is the level 7 here. We've got an intercept of 10, and the level 110 an intercept of 69. Okay, now we've got minor differences in our x component. This is 0.007, 0.004, and even smaller for the x squared. So the video, I haven't really answered kind of what's going on. Like I said, I'm hoping that we can open a discussion with this. The scaling, okay, it does appear that as you get higher levels, the scaling kind of widens, which kind of makes sense. So the stagger, when you're facing something that's much lower level than you, no matter what your gear is, the stagger is going to be quite a smaller range, let's say. But as you get onto something the same level as you, the stagger range is going to be much wider, which kind of makes sense. My biggest concern is this point here, this kind of 112. I mean, if we suddenly drop off so much, that's surely going to affect our kind of rate tanking and things like that. That's kind of all I have to say. So hopefully this video has been helpful. Hopefully it's made you ask more questions, which is what I'm hoping for. And I'll help you ask more questions than to answer any questions, really. And hopefully we can kind of have a discussion over it. Thanks for taking time to watch. Make sure you click like and click subscribe. Thanks very much.